Hi, I'm Mullen. In a week, my gangland thriller Family will be published. It's on pre-sale at the moment. I thought it might be interesting to look behind the scenes at the South London Gangsters before it hits the shelves. Over the next few days, I'll be reading extracts and telling you about the main characters and motivations, who they are. But I thought it might be interesting to look at the inspiration behind the book. Those of you familiar with my work will know I'm no stranger to the underbelly of the city, in print at least. Up in Glasgow, in the Charlie Cameron series, is Sean Rafferty and the infamous Rafferty family. But I'd always wanted to write something set in London and easily imagined villains chasing through those familiar streets. In fact, a version of the book has been with me for a long time. I started writing it, went back to it, left it, went back to it, got distracted by this or that, till eventually the opportunity arrived and I finished it. It tells the story of Danny, Luke and Nina Glass, the Glass family, their internal and external struggles to stay on top. It's gritty and hard-hitting, and I hope you like reading it as much as I liked writing it. In the scene I'm going to read, the Glass family's pub has been attacked by a rival gang, the Andersons, and an attempt made on Danny and Luke's life. Luke, the observer, is listening to a conversation between his sister Nina and his brother Danny. Danny spoke to Nina without looking at her. "You can go. Just stay alive to anything unusual. You might not be number one on Anderson's list, but he'll settle for you if he has to. And leave your mobile switched on. I want to be able to contact you at all times. Our family's under attack. We need to pull together." Nina threw her head back and confronted him full on. "So that's it. I'm dismissed. No place for a silly woman at the big boys' table. Well, fuck you, Danny Glass. I'm here and I'm staying. This affects me as much as anybody. And here's a newsflash. I've got a vote too." Before he could react, I jumped in. "Of course you've got a vote. What are you thinking?" The intervention worked, but it showed how brittle the relationship was. Nina said, "Anderson will do any of us, all of us if he can. But it's you he's really after." Agreed. "Then take the heat out of the situation." "Yeah, how?" "Get out of London, for a while at least. Leave tonight." She glanced at Danny. "He intends to go anyway." His right hand closed in a fist. "Until this thing's over, nobody's going anywhere. Get that through your skull. I need him here. Running away, and that's what he'd be doing, isn't an option. Not now, not any time. Don't mention it again." Nina faced him down. "If you're depending on that smarmy copper to protect us, you're kidding yourself." Danny rose out of his chair. "Shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you. Of course I'm not depending on Stanford. What do you take me for? Oliver Stanford's a snake, in some ways worse than Anderson. I'll have people on both of you, so you can forget that little disappearing act you're fond of doing in the middle of the afternoon." Nina blanched. Her jaw dropped and Danny smiled. "Think I didn't know about that? You must be joking. And by the way, in case you've forgotten, my birthday's coming up. There's a party in the pub. I expect you to be there. And that isn't an invitation. It's an order." When Nina left, Danny got up and paced the room. I waited a long time for him to speak. Eventually he did, and surprised me. "I blame myself. Should have wiped the bastard off the map, finished what you started. This is the result." "Why didn't you?" He faced me. "I'll tell you the truth, and it never leaves this room. I bottled it. The great Danny Glass didn't have the stones."